We are now joined on the phone by Steve Nash. So, Steve, you're the consummate team player. You've always subjugated your offensive game to help your teammates, and you obviously think that you can help the team now, that's why you want to come back. But there's also something that's selfish about the fact that you want to continue to play, that it's your career and you want it to continue.
You know, first and foremost, it is my career, and you have to play for yourself. You know, you're not going to be any good for your team if you don't have a singular pursuit or reason and a passion to play the game. You're not going to be great for a team. But as long as I enjoy and I fight and I'm trying my best, you know, I'm still a part of a team. I enjoy this too much to just walk away.
How does your whole life revolve around something?
Having all our family here for Christmas it's great having everyone here, but part of me is like not here. You know, I'm like elsewhere half the time. I got so much on my mind. You know, I think inevitably you have these levels of stress and anxiety and worry about what's going to happen that, you know, you're very rarely present. Last year, I broke my leg and had these nerve issues. This year, the nerve issues resurfaced.
Steve Nash going to be out for a while. It's just one thing that added on to another.
You got to keep in mind, he'll be 40 in February.
You know, Father Time wins all in the end. And, you know, you have nerve issues in my low back and my neck and shoulders. I just, you know, I'm running out of time, it feels like, and I'm running out of options.
One, Steven.
One, William. You free for a minute?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can talk.
Okay. So I just wanted to go over that stretch provision, just to be clear. So basically, they can take my $9.7 million and release me, and instead of having 9.7 on the cap next year, they'd have a third of that on the cap each of the next 3 years.
Yeah, that's my understanding. If you do it before August, that it becomes paid out over a 3-year period. So their cap figure is in a third for those 3 years.
Right.
So instead of being 9.7 on the cap, it would be a third of that, a third of that, a third of that over the 3-year period.
Right. Okay. So I mean,
so,
if that's the case,
yeah,
I'd imagine that's the outcome.
When the media asked me about the stretch provision and I learned what it was, you know, and it became clear to me that I'm a serious candidate for that, it did really energize me. If the Lakers release me this summer, this is it. You know, I finally got my kids here in LA. I'm not gonna move them again, and I'm not gonna be without them for another year. So it's either back with the Lakers next year or I'm done. When I heard that this could be it, you know, there's a real possibility that this summer could be the end of my career. You know, the challenge was laid down. You know, maybe I need to push the envelope there a little bit, to push the boundaries. Maybe I need to put more hours in, because I think one of the things that I've tried to do is to not screw it up. And maybe I've done that to a fault, like been too conservative. You know, I get farther and farther away from being a basketball player. You know, I think maybe I need to really go for it and take a few risks here. I'm just gonna try to do everything I can now and ride that line, that edge of risking my health, but at the same time and maybe improving my conditioning and rhythm for the game.
"20 up with one leg, 20 up with the other leg. I want you coming up like this. Attaboy, Steven. Better. Keep this here. Get that lateral shift. Good. Stay centered. Attaboy. Keep it moving. Fantastic position. Good work. Stay low." There is no black and white, and there's nobody in the world that can say that this is not possible or this is possible. Nobody has that answer. And that's the trepidation and that's the excitement of this whole process, you know? We're all going with the understanding that we absolutely don't have any guarantees, but we'll do everything in our power to make sure that we give them the best chance to succeed.
This is not a word I'm particularly comfortable with, but it's sort of the idea is sort of closure, right? Sort of, you know, you've gone through a phase here, and I think part of the reason you're feeling a little tense today is because it's kind of like, you know, today's the day, right? And there's still risk involved, but you gotta feel a whole lot better than you did 12 days ago, right? And you gotta give your credit for that and say, okay, now I'm ready to move to the next stage of this process, right? So I just think it's important, Stevie, to get it in order and realize that there is a risk, right? But you are ready. You are as ready as you're gonna be. That's it.
At 40, as you said.
It's awesome. I'm 40 years old. I'm playing in the NBA tonight. I mean, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of 40-year-old guys who haven't played basketball since they're 18 or 19, let alone NBA guys. So it's pretty cool.